Hi, I'm Peggy at Headshots by Peggy, and today we have Kim ESTES with us, and he brought his little friend, and we're gonna have lots of fun.
We are gonna have lots of fun. Hello, everybody.
So you came to the business, like you had a career and a life, and then you kind of came to you didn't start off an actor.
That's correct.
So tell me about how that.
Okay, so a lot of people, some people know, I guess, but I went to the Merchant Marine Academy after a short stint at Stanislaus State College in Turlock, California. Nobody knows where Turlock is. I'm trying to guess.
My sister was born
No,
there.
get out of Turlock. Yes, so it's like 9 to 10 miles south of Modesto, California, and you've got Merced, which is 30 miles south, and so it sits in the central San Joaquin Valley. And so I went there for a couple of years because I had no idea what I wanted to do when I grew up, except I had to take the general education requirements, and my brother said, come on, let's go. He was on a basketball scholarship up there, so those were my formative years. And then I went to the Merchant Marine Academy in Vallejo, California, and there I spent 4 years and then got out with a degree in engineering and my merchant mariner certification, so I started sailing on ships for 14 years.
Wow.
On oil tankers for a company called ARCO, Atlantic Oil Company, and then I came ashore for them and did their fleet engineering maintenance program, so another 10 years in corporate, wearing a suit and tie. That's where you get the acting lessons.
Wow, exactly.
That's where you get the acting lessons from. Yeah, I would advise that to anybody, but then again, I wouldn't advise it to everybody. But after that, I ended up head of environmental health and safety for the corporation, safety, sustainability, and corporate and social responsibility. And then we were purchased by another company, and they gave me some free time. I was too young to retire, so I couldn't just lay around and not do anything and get a lot of money. So I decided to get the Actors Book for Dummies.
Yeah.
I started from scratch. Now, I had some friends in the Bay Area because I was living up there while I was sailing on ships. I had some friends who were actors who, one of them by the name of Louis Parnell, who was a very good friend of mine, and he performs on stage in San Francisco, makes a living at that, and he was in a session one day and he would drag me to his acting classes. Joy Landau acting classes, actually, and I'd sit in the back and just watch, and I was amazed.
Yeah.
And so that's all like tickled me a little bit. Now, that's tickler B. Tickler A is the fact that I was on the Art and Linklater show when I was 6 years old, saying kids say the darndest things. That was the show.
That's,
so they have the new show there with Tiffany Haddish, but I was on that show when I was 6.
Fun.
So tickler B, when Louis grabbed me to classes and sent me down this path, and I could only work. I was actually only home 2 months at a time. And so then I go out to sea for 2 months or 3 months, and I come back for 2 months. And so you're not going to get a casting director to really love you in that period of time, and especially since you're not going to be available in 60 days. So I'm not going to, or an agent to love you. So, at that point in time, before I came ashore, it was a long time. So I didn't get in the business. So while I may have had those ticklers and friends who were in the business, and but that was it until 2001, 2002, when I was able to get the book out, read, and go, okay, so this is where Hollywood. Now, I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, down there, not far from in the USC Jefferson Park Crenshaw district. So I'm below Hollywood, so I have been exposed to it for a while, but I didn't have any friends in the business, nothing. So you get the book out and you start reading. Okay, so headshots, resumes. Okay, then you shotgun them out there, and then hopefully somebody will bite, and they did.
Wow.
So somebody bit, and then I got a series of agents, and they took me in, and jeepers, that's how it started.
Yeah.
And they kept sending me out, and I kept learning. I joined a theater company, which is called the Spyance Theater Company, which was a nomad theater company. We didn't have a home, but we resided mostly in the Elephant Stages on Santa Monica and Vine. I said I'm not going to lose any weight actually, and which is now I think backwater stages. I think that's what it is. But that, and I learned the basics through the theater company.
Yeah.
All of them were trained by Howard Fine, so I have no one to blame except Howard Fine for everything, because everything he taught them or they acquired from him,
right.
I sponged from them.
Right.
I learned how they did things and how they prepared to go on stage and how they prepared to do everything, and so that's how I learned through the hard knocks and everything.
Yeah.
And then it started. I mean, I bigger roles, and I got my first job in 2004 on a show called Commander in Chief with Gina Davis. I was one of her senators, and then of course the show went away.
Right.
And but that was a start of knowing what all that was about and getting more used to it, and I did. And so things happen. People, your circle grows. Your circle grows. The people inside your circle grow, and therefore you get more contact with more people.
Right.
And you get more exposure, and people say, hey, well, would you want to work on my project? And a lot of things for free.
Yeah.
Not a regret about any of them. Because all of that was about the circle of connections and having people in your circle and outside your circle who, as long as you are able to, in this town, I believe, stay in the frontal lobe of most, people who think about you up here instead of the afterthought, then I think you're going to be okay. You're regarded as a person that is dependable, will show up and have a decent understanding of what the story's about, understand your lines, and then people will like that.
I think that's really important to build up that trust, because this whole industry is about who you know, and you don't want to be the guy that's there and knows your stuff and is helpful. Yeah, it
is. You hate to say it's not what you know, it's who you know. But it's the key to everything. All this stuff is relationships. Yeah. It's not I don't know that it's much about anything else. Yeah, you can be really good at what you do, but if no one trusts you to show up, that's a damn shame. I mean, you want to be that person that, if called upon, will, even if it's last minute, that you can show up and be engaged and be proactive, and then be of assistance to them as they carry out their mission, what they want to do, what their dream is. Right. So I think all that's important.
And I know it's been my experience that I find the most successful actors are just good, caring, helpful people. They want the project to succeed. They're not just about, there's a lot of people, hey, about me, and they may rise, but then they're gone. But a sustainable career is somebody that wants a project to succeed and is helpful. And I know when Merrick first started out, I know you helped him out a lot, gave him a lot of advice, and he always spoke highly of like all the advice and stuff that you gave him, and I think that's it's important to build a community.
It is.
And
it is.
Be dependable.
It's a trusting feeling, so that when you're on a project and the producer says, geez, we forgot, we need, or somebody just dropped out, and it's like, okay, I got somebody for you, and you can recommend that person without even a question. And then hopefully, they'll get a job. Maybe the producer calls them in, which is the fun part about the business.
Then you get to work with somebody.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And it's always fun to be on set with people you like. And
as I tell people, it doesn't get much funner than that, because that's funner. That's the maximum. When your fun gauge has maxed out and it's bent over, it's all the way over. And it's like, I'm working with people I love.
Yeah. So what's give me a fun memory of a project that you worked on? Maybe even an independent that nobody's heard of, but give me a fun, like it was just a fun project.
We just finished a project. Now I remember there's Gabriel Salvo was the director, and Kristen Carey was my long lost love. Now Kristen and I worked together on a project called Wayward. By Tom Pancratz. I don't know how I'm pulling all these names up, but I am. But we worked on a project together, Wayward, years ago, probably 2004. I think it was 4 or 5. and I played the homeless guy, and she ran over my in the middle of the night. She ran over my box with all my stuff in it. That's where I lived. So we have this little thing in the middle of the night in Hunters Point, San Francisco. So we haven't. I mean, we worked on stage together in a play called The War Room. I think written by Cass Schumann. But other than that, we haven't. I mean, we're the best of friends. I love her like a sister, and we just haven't had a chance to work with each other. And then this project came up called Leo and Grace, and the director, because I was over at Christmas at a party one night, the director was there. He remembered, and this was again 10 years ago, and he tells Kristen, "I've got this project. Would Kim do it?" And she says, "Of course he would." You know, and then I got a phone call. Of course I would.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, so I get a chance to work with Kristen Carey. We were in Shreveport, Louisiana, shooting for the Louisiana Prize Festival, and just a beautiful project working with somebody who, you know, you love it and you trust.
Yeah.
And our rehearsals were phenomenal because we were staying in an Airbnb outside of Shreveport, and so we plop down and go over lines, and it was just like magical.
Yeah.
Get to the set the next day and like, okay, let's turn it on. Here we go, and get all those little pieces ironed out, you know, because it's never all done in the rehearsal space, but we were on set, so we would iron out all those pieces and get those done. What fun that is to work with someone who you love and have been involved with in this business for years.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. I mean, every chance I get to work with somebody whom I know, it's a pleasure.
Right.
This was just recent. This was it came in the top 5 in the Louisiana Pride Fest.
Oh wow!
Prize Fest this year.
Yeah.
So now it's out all over the place, and he's pitching for the feature because it is a proof of concept.
You said you've been doing a bunch of proof of concepts lately.
I have, and it has been it's been phenomenal. And like you said, this is about really wanting the project to succeed. I really, and it's not because if it succeeds, maybe I'll get a crack at the feature. But when you get to know the writers, the writer and the director, and how much they have invested in the project, you rally for them. They're the underdogs in this industry. The actors are also underdogs, but it doesn't really matter. Once they're trying to get this this piece of film to a person who could possibly elevate it to feature status, you're rooting for them the whole time. You want nothing but the great things to happen. Tony Scott, I just did one with him, Tony Scott, A.W. Tony Scott. So we just did a show called Together. And again, another proof of concept, and hankering for that somebody looks at it and says, yeah, it's got enough of a story here to where this can go on either side of this, and we're gone, and it's going to work out just fine. But again, these wonderful opportunities for me to be involved in passionate projects from these directors and these writers. I'm humbled. I am truly honored to be in there, to be selected for these things, because they're real. They mean a lot to these people, and I'm in their corner 100%.
Yeah.
I will be there rooting for them. So that's just a couple of those things where I did not know these people before I started. I mean, I met Gabriel Salo at a party 10 years ago, but I didn't know that one was Carey. I didn't know Tony Scott at all, or Gene Sue, his partner. I did not know them, and they grabbed me out of the box, and off we went and made this short, which has been all over the country, and actually in a lot of places in the world. I think it was in Italy. They were there, and it was at a film festival there in the short. So very happy. To be part of that.
That's cool. So let's talk about this.
Let's talk about this. She travels well. She travels very well. Were you home there? This is, Dix was the name of the series, and again, I got recommended by a friend of a friend, and they said, "Oh yeah, Kim ESTES, she'll play the cop." So the cop's name was Amanda Smith. So I'm Amanda. It wasn't a stretch. My name is Kim. Real name is Kim. So this was not a stretch at all. To play a character named Amanda, who was rough and tough and hard and coarse on the two female officers that were in my department, and they're just scatterbrained, gorgeous, funny characters. So that's what I got to do. I got to do that for fun, and then when we finished, I said, "Hey, we need to submit this. I mean, if not for anything, just so you have an Emmy submission.
Yeah.
And I'll run it in." And we ran it in. And next thing you know, I'm on the ballot. And next thing you know, I'm on the short ballot, final ballot. And next thing you know, my name gets called out. And you get that feeling like, that must be a mistake. However, I'm going to get up to this stage and take a hold of this mistake before they change their mind.
And you get there and you're like, whoa, they've got my name on here.
Wow, this is awesome. Actually, when you get it,
they.
It's in the back when you get it.
Wow.
So then they take the presentation one away from you, and then they give you another one down the road. So they take the one that they keep shining up there. They shine it all up, and then they give you another one back, and then they send you a tag later on. But yeah.
And this is for a guest star.
This is for an outstanding actor in a short form series, comedy or drama. Okay. So this was the second year of the category. The first year was won by, on the female side, actress Patricia Darbo won the first year of this category, short form. And then the second year, I won it for the male category. And the female category was won by, can't remember. Oh, you know her. She's in.
I know her too. Great.
She's in Mrs. Maisel.
I'll put her name right here. We'll come up with it. We'll put it on the.
Can you guess, audience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Leave your comments below.
Yes. We'll think of it in a minute, but I should remember that. But it was really, from what I would consider. I mean, you look up and you see who else is in the running, and you go, what are the chances? The chances are actually 1 in 6, which aren't bad odds for anything. Right. But as you're looking up at the screen,
but to get to the 1 in 6.
To get to the 1 in 6 odds,
that's a pretty big accomplishment.
And I was very, very happy. My family was there that night. We rolled the dice and said, you know what? I'm nominated. Let's all go. Yeah. And let's see what happens. And we went, and this is what happened.
Well, that's really awesome.
So if anybody watches the tape of that event that went on, you'll hear screaming in the background, which is probably a little unusual for Emmy events. But my kids came with me that night, and their wives.
They were like,
and they just freaked out, which was awesome. And then you deliver a speech. And you don't ever remember what the speech is, and you go backstage to deliver another one because there's they add on to the 30-second speech.
Oh, gotcha.
Just to make sure if there's somebody you forgot, your mom, your dad, your wife,
right?
So they add on, but I think I covered them because just about everybody that was there. Besides the kids being there, Jeff Muddin, the author of Bloodstains, he was there in the audience. Manager, agent was there. He was there. They were there for the manager was there because I had asked him, but the agent was there, Mark Scroggs, because there were other people that were also nominated, and it was just a good time and a great feeling, and I'm grateful, honored that the voters at the Academy allowed me to take this on, and it's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I think you're a testimony to people because a lot of I think a lot of actors think that, you know, if you didn't start this, you know, when you were 18 years old and you didn't start your career from the get-go and you didn't go to, you know, Yale or Juilliard or whatever, that, you know, you don't have a shot at this, and you do.
So, you do.
You know.
You do. So don't. My word of caution for people: don't give up. Don't think that there's something that you hadn't done in your past life that stops you from moving forward in the future life. It is just one of those things. You know, work as hard as you can. The opportunities will come. Must you jump through those windows when they open? Absolutely, yes. I mean, and jump hard and fast.
Yeah.
Because they shut. And if you, for some reason, believe that you are, you know, it's a distraction more than a love, then those windows will just close even faster. So if they open, people give you opportunities, take them, be kind to everyone. Everybody be kind, because you just never know who's producing that next film or the next TV show that you want to be in, that you probably should be in, and they just happen to know you from a past life. Our world is large but small. Our circles. I remember doing a job and going into the makeup trailer one night. I can't remember this, early on in my career, and I had done a couple of guest star roles, up and including Commander in Chief. And when I got in the makeup trailer, they said, "Oh, we know all about you." Why? Because somebody in the makeup trailer knew somebody outside the makeup trailer who knew, well, we're bringing in Kim ESTES. They go, "Oh yeah, nice guy," and blah blah blah. Ran down the whole history, and so everyone knew about me before I got there, which is not. It's a good thing. It's a great thing actually, because it just gets you to the place of calm and confidence quicker than than maneuvering these relationships. But those things are all done. I mean, that's our business, though. Our business is relationships, and I just will firmly believe that that is one of the things people need to master. You can master the art of being kind, and the art of being generous, and the art of giving, then those things work.
I totally agree with that. I feel like the more you open yourself up to help and, you know, to be there, the more other people are willing to help you, and it opens up your circle. Because if you're just like worried about me and if I help him, he might get something and I won't get it, then you're going at it backwards. Because, you know, the more you help and teach, the more you learn and grow, and you know you almost elevate yourself more.
You do.
When you're not trying to than when you're trying to. It's
That's
absolutely.
And your reputation will precede you in most cases.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that is so important as you move forward. It's the ability to very quickly ascertain what people need, want, must have, in a caring, giving way, not a I'm doing this for me type way. It's a caring, giving way that allows people to open up and allows you to go ahead and ask those questions, which as a newbie, you don't get to ask a lot of people. And yeah, there are a lot of very helpful people out there, people who, if I had those strange questions in the beginning, I was able to get some answers. People like Bonnie Gillespie and others who just kept writing blogs on the business of acting, on what this acting business was all about. I kept reading, and you know, there's a plethora of information out there. People like Amy Jo Berman and Bonnie and others who have books that you can buy and you can go up because they've written in every forums free material that you can learn off of. And I think that's such a gift for them to give that to actors, especially actors starting out. So those questions don't become hard. I mean, there are a lot of questions you'll have, and you may think they're silly and they're very important to you, but you ask them and they go, "Oh no, it's okay. You ask the question. They'll give." It will give to you, and without the crap.
And that's one of the main reasons why we do this vlog, is because Merrick remembers what it was like to start out, and he's like, if it weren't for people like you that answered those questions for him, and different things,
And taking the time is important. And it does take time, and you give, and it's okay. It will come back to you. Look, I'm telling you, it'll come back. I don't know how this works, but it comes back in short order.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit. You mentioned that you were in theater. Let's talk a little bit about stage and screen, and let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I started off, of course, just doing the submissions to everything, and there's some bad stuff out there. I guess there's some stuff out there that some of it has seen the light of day, some of it will never see the light of day, but that's the way our business goes. And then at the same time, you get opportunities to be on stage, on a performing stage, in theater. And so the question, of course, becomes, which do I do? Basically, theater companies are wonderful resource bases. Those people who are in those theater companies that you will get to know because you build the sets. You start from scratch. You paint. You're going to paint the deck. You're going to paint the stage, and you're going to create some props, and you're going to maybe darn the sock or put a hem in the pants. So you're going to do something because you're incredibly gifted and you're talented, and you're going to contribute. You're going to put your hours in. So if you have the opportunity to work on stage with brilliant people, those are also nice little circles because they have their circles, and what you want is that beautiful intersection of circles to take place, so that not that their people become your people, it's just that their people may know of you because of this intersection that takes place. And I think that is one of the most valuable tools that you can have in this town, because not everybody is film and TV. There is a group of stage actors who also do film and TV, and there are also a group of film and TV actors that will sometimes break down and do stage. And because they need to have that fulfilled in them, that thing fulfilled in them that says, stages, get out there and work it out. And I would advise all the actors to, at least if you don't join the theater company, hang around one for a while. Go in, see their shows, catch them on preview nights because it can be expensive. Or if you can get a Groupon ticket or something that allows you to get to the stage, or volunteer the box office at some of these theater companies, that will allow you access to a degree, and you become more familiar, and then you get to audition and all those things. But I found it extremely valuable to hang out with the Spyans who drugged me in, and then from that hung out with the Elephant Theater Company, Elephant Stageworks, with David Fofi as the artistic director. That was another circle of friends, and I'll run into those people. Yeah. And theater people from both groups all over town. And it's a beautiful thing because it's a memory. It's a great memory. But I would advise to the viewers that take the risk, take the chance. And I know you think about it. Well, that may be too much time, but if you get involved in the show, it allows you the opportunity to have your agents and managers show up, friends show up, friends of friends show up, and I will tell you another little story. I was on stage. What were we doing? The Adventures of I can't remember the first one. The Tulsa Love Child. Laurie Evans Taylor, Link Hand, who's now in a TV show. Is it 28 Whiskey? Is that what it is? 68 Whiskey, I think it is. Not a TV show now. He's on that show. And Laurie is a writer, and has done fantastic work on writing screenplays. So there's two people from my past, but they were in this. The Life and Adventures of Tulsa Love Child, I think it is, and I was in this play. So I'm there, and I'm on stage, and of course, this is probably one of the first performances or second or third performances that I've been in with the theater company. And we're at the Elephant with the Spy Ants presents, and here we go. And after that show, a buddy of mine who was also involved in the theater company calls me and go, hey, I had a friend of mine who was in the audience tonight. She's going to call you. I get a phone call, say, hey, can you come down tomorrow to audition for a movie? Yeah. So of course I go down there. It was Material Girls with Hillary and Haley Duff years ago. So that's how long ago it was. And she just had me sitting in the audience, and she needed this guy for tomorrow or for next week. And she sees me on stage and goes, that's the guy. That's the guy. So I go, so you never know who's going to be in the audience.
Merrick's in the Road Theater Company, and I do pictures for them, and I, do different things. So I'm, always there. And it always blows my mind who, is sitting in the audience. I'm like, and it's just that. It's like they see you, everybody's there to have a good time and relax and watch a show, and then it's like, afterwards shaking your hands, or, hey, can somebody give me his number? And, boom, that's you never know.
Can tell. It's the weirdest thing. And not that they truly may or may not have any impact in your life moving forward, but it's so nice to see that they're normal people that will come in and sit in the theater, and you're right next to them and go, hey, how you doing? It's like, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. And they say their name, and it's like, what? Eric Brana was in the performance. I was performing at, I think I had stopped performing at the Pacific Resident Theater Company, and I was watching someone. We were doing Henry V, and the guy who came in, I just wanted to see his work.
Yeah.
And he walks out, hey, how you doing, man? And he just comes on over and he says, I live around the corner, and if I get a chance,
I come in,
it's
it's amazing just to, and like you said, it's good just to know that they're normal people.
Yeah.
And whether they ever technically benefit your career or not, just to be able to just chat, they may say something that you were like, oh, I never thought of that. That's a great, it's just having that conversation and opening yourself up to listening, because, in conversation, you learn so much, because it's just, oh, wow, it's something that's not forced, and it just comes out naturally, and it's like, bing, 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 bing.
Right. And so we were in the same thing. I was Pacific Resident Theater. We did a company performance of a play called War Words, which is the words from veterans from all the Gulf Wars, from all the wars, not just the Gulf War, but Iraq. And it was written by a lady by the name of Michelle Carlos Brooks. And so we just, she says, hey, Kim, I've been wanting to work with you for a while. I've seen your work in Pacific Resident Theater Company. So little did I didn't put Brooks last name. Okay, daughter-in-law. Oh, Mel Brooks is the father-in-law. He's in the audience that night when we're performing. It was wonderful to have him there. Yeah. And that was the same night that, of course, one of the generals from the administration happened to show up and see this. We'll put his name there also.
Yeah, right.
But it's just a wonderful thing. It amazes me how small and large our worlds are. The things we do and the people we do them with, and they become, now this part of your circle. Yeah. This reference circle. Yeah. Petraeus is that general's name. Petraeus came. That's right. He came by to visit us. Yeah. At Michelle's play. Yeah.
That's the thing that because we lived in San Diego. We moved up to LA about 3 years ago, and I was always intimidated by LA. It's like, and I realized immediately that it's a huge town, but it's really tight circles, and just in 3 years, I feel like of course I do events. I'll shoot events, so I'll see people that I saw in the Academy events, and I'll see people that I saw at a theater. I'll see, So it's fun to see how, the circles just in 3 years, how small this, and tight everybody interweaves.
Right.
And when you don't sit at home and feel sorry for yourself, and you actually go out and say hi, it's amazing how quickly you go, oh, I saw that person last week over there, or I saw that person, or
there's a friend of mine,
yeah.
who says hi, or that, do you know, and it is amazing how tight and close those circles can be. And then, on the other hand, I look at it and go, how many more times do I need to step out there and meet new people? Because there are also wonderful new people that I should meet, because they're all tied into the big circle, and I'm going, I should really get out there and do more. Because every time you step out, you go, oh, I did not know you know. I did not know you knew.
You're so and so.
Yeah. So we're saying I'm shy, I'm quiet, sort of reserved. No. So it's tough for me to make those to start this conversation.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I actually, my personality, I was always very shy, but when I had the camera in my hand, I could run a whole,
Sure.
because I do events, and I could run the whole room as long as I had that camera in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is, when I would go out, if somebody would invite me somewhere, I was like sitting in the corner. So I would make myself pretend like I'd be like, okay, if I were working this, what would I do? And
Sure.
And I just made myself, and then eventually it became easier and easier.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of actors are amazingly really shy.
Yeah.
It's surprising to me how shy a lot of actors are, and so that's one thing that challenge yourself to go to something maybe once a week, or whatever it is, and just tell yourself, okay, I'm going to be here for an hour and I'm going to say hi to 3 people, and just do that. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
And I do believe that is a struggle for some people. But challenge yourself to be a double extrovert for one night.
Yeah.
Just double extroverts. Just
play that part. You're
exactly
an actor.
Right.
Play that part. Like, what would it feel like to do this?
And you may think, because you've seen people do it, that it is the most ludicrous thing on the planet. I'm not going out there shaking everybody's hands and say, where's your mama from? I'm not doing that today. But because you've seen it, and maybe you've seen it fail.
Right.
Maybe you've seen it just say, oh my God, I could never do that. But that is the, oh my God, I never do that. Coming out and you saying, oh my God, I can do this. So turn it around and go, tonight, that person is going to be me. People are going to be looking at me going, oh my God, I can never do that. But go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
You're an actor, for crying out loud. Just stretch a little. Like Peggy said, maybe it's just 3 people. But maybe it's the room.
Yeah.
Maybe you work that room like a barbecued rib.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, there's nothing but the bone, no gristle, no nothing. Work that room. I mean, that's a challenge. I mean, that's way out there.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what it takes, and then you'll see results, like immediately. You will see results. You will see your circle grow. You will see people calling you, hey, I got this project. You want to come?
That is correct.
And learn to say yes.
And say yeah a lot. I mean, it hurts sometimes to say yeah. I mean, then you get stuck, and here we are back in the saloon again. You say yeah to everything, and you say yeah too much, but be on the upper side of that too much thing. Just say yeah, and I know it may get in the way of whatever else you're thinking about long range. Maybe you want to get into a play, or maybe you're in a play, and you're still saying yeah. Work it out. Yeah. Work it out, and that's one of the things I learned. The more people you let know what your dilemma is, the better off you are. So you're stuck in a stage play and you get a part in a film. Okay, work it out. Talk it out. Talk it out, because you'll be surprised. Oh, you know what? That blah blah blah. Yeah, we can reshoot this over. We can change that shoot date. That actually works better for me. And I just didn't change it because I didn't want to inconvenience you. And that's actually, that would be great. Yeah. And over and over and over. Yeah, talk it out. Yeah. Talk about that's a huge lesson. Don't hold it all inside and think, oh, what was me? Hell, I got to make a decision. You make one, and then you've probably upset at least one person. But you can upset 2 people. I think the more people upset, the better you are. Right? Like, just go ahead and tell both production staffs, it's like, I got this problem. Yeah. And let's work this out. And if you're the type of person that shows up, dependable,
then they know that you'll work it out.
That's right.
They know that you're not going to just ghost them and disappear. They know, okay, you have a problem, you're going to work it out, but maybe this would work better for me, and it just so. Yeah. Don't be afraid to use your big boy words, use your big girl words.
That's right. Step up and say something, because it's more harmful the other way. Somebody will really get hurt.
Yeah, because then you're not able to do something, and then it screws people over, and they then you're that person.
Yeah.
So it's better to just say, you know what, I don't know how I'm going to work it out. I'm trying to work this out, and 9 times out of 10 you'll get absolutely, let's do this.
We'll work this out. And maybe you run across the hard person and go, well, we just can't change. Okay. So then you go ahead and work the other side of this equation.
Exactly.
And see if you can work that out. See if somebody could go on book for you that night, or for the 2 hours you're going to be on the set, or maybe you'll make it in by halftime. I don't know.
Yeah.
But talk about it, because it is something that's so important for you, from a respectability standpoint, and from I'm going to stay in this business a long time standpoint. You're going to have to work those things out at some point in time in your career. I guarantee you will work it out.
Absolutely. And not only that, but this career, I mean, you have nothing booked today, and then we're done with this. You check your emails and you have 4 auditions and a callback tomorrow. Now what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's how it is.
That's right.
And so the sooner you learn how to work it out, the better off you are, because it's a juggling game.
It is.
And it always works out. Like sometimes Mary's schedule, I look at it and I'm really good at like putting the puzzle pieces together. Like I'm like, okay, well, if we stop here first, we can get, I like map out the town, and we'll get like, but there are times I look at it and I'm like, I don't know how you're going to do this, but I've watched you do it before, so have a good day, here's your coffee. Because, and it does, if you're like, hey, I'm going to make this work, and don't just go, oh my God, I can't do it, and quit. But that's your job. Actors have to juggle, and they have to make it work.
And juggle more than 3 things sometimes.
Yeah, and it's like, you think, oh, I'm going to do this, and then you get that email, and you have to change it around again.
And you got to work at it. You got to be open. You got to be able to talk about it, talk through it, work through it with agents, managers, casters, whomever. You need to just get through it. Tape? You can send in by tape? Okay, we'd rather have that tape, and that'll be fine. You don't have to come in, try to agonize yourself and everybody else on the 105 freeway while you're trying to figure this out. Don't get them mad, honking horns and stuff, because you can't get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to use the restroom. So it's like you've got all these things going on at the same time.
Right.
And I think the more you talk about it and talk it out, the better you'll be.
Yeah, I think that might have been the most valuable thing.
That's right.
That's
maybe. Yeah, because the rest of the stuff is all about things.
But that's
that thing is most important.
Because it all comes back to that.
Mm-hmm. Articulate clearly your issues, and solicit help. Get help and have somebody that'll listen. Talk through it, work through it, and come up with ideas that might be workable for everybody. So.
I am so glad you came on.
I am
the
so
time
glad
to come out here and hang out with me.
I'm so glad I came on too.
I always love seeing your stuff on Facebook and seeing all the exciting stuff that you're doing.
I am a fortunate boy. I'm a very fortunate kid. So, and most of the stuff that comes on Facebook, I'm usually not I'm the shy one. I'm usually not the initiator of those things. Usually somebody else has started the ball rolling, and I can't back away. It's like, oh yeah, I'm engaged in this. So usually that stuff is there, and it's there. Look at it and take a peek at it, because it's all part of that circle.
What's your favorite social media? Are you on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? What?
Yeah, TikTok.
Everybody knows that I just got a TikTok account, so.
Is that right?
So
maybe you can help me figure out how to use the TikTok account. But let's go backwards and start on Instagram, because I tell people I remember leaving the SAC building one evening, and somebody it must have been one of the events where they say, you need social media. Yeah. And then I said, well, and then it just so happened 2 ladies were walking out and we're talking about, I have no idea what this Instagram thing is. And she grabs my phone. She says, what's your name? And she lines up my Instagram account. I mean, in seconds. She lines up and she says, now you have to post things. And then walks away. And I'm going,
what happened?
I have no idea. So of course I always ask people. So yeah, I want to post because I don't want to send the wrong photo to the wrong person, or post the wrong photo, or post something strange, to have control over that. Instagram lesson, which I'm sure if you go to YouTube,
Yes,
it's on
exactly.
there. It'll show you exactly.
Or find a
how it works.
15-year-old. Just find any random 15-year-old.
Maybe I can find that group of people who were coming out of that building that night.
Yeah.
Set the account up anyway. I'll find them and make me understand.
Yeah.
Make me understand this. So when you say TikTok, foreign language, but soon, I have Babbel. I have a Babbel account. So maybe they have TikTok on there as a language that I might be able to understand.
There you go.
Yes.
That's about right.
Yes.
That's funny.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I appreciate it. I really do. So I'll in the description below. I'll have your IMDb and your social media and all that
It's
stuff
all
down
there.
there. They
Maybe
can
I'll
find
even
you.
have a TikTok account.
Maybe we'll get you a TikTok account.
Maybe.
So, but yeah, this was great. So I know, please leave comments. Make sure you follow him on all of his social medias and encourage him to Instagram. But share this video with everyone. Leave me tons of comments. And most importantly, have an amazing week. And I'll see you next week. I really appreciate you coming on. This was fun.
Absolutely.